Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to my channel, Thailandbound, and thank you for joining me today. Okay, this is the third and probably the last video I'll do on my move down here to Hua Hin from Bangkok. I've been here for just over a week now, and I did show you the house when it was empty. I want to show you around now that we've got all the furniture in. We've settled in really good. You can see my girlfriend's been hanging plants over there, all sorts of things been going on. So we're very, very happy with the house and the furnishings. It's been hard work. It's been a little bit stressful, a lot of shopping every day. This is day number 9 of us being here in Hua Hin. I want to take you inside and just show you what we've done with the place, explain why we've done certain things. And I guess this video won't be for everybody, but if there's anybody thinking about buying a house or moving in somewhere without furniture, then it should be quite useful. Now, just very, very quickly, I just want to recap on my background. If you haven't been here before, if you watch my videos regularly, you can skip past this bit. I was married to a Korean woman for about 33 years, 2 grown-up daughters now. We decided to separate, and I've spent a lot of time here in Thailand over the years, so I decided to move to Bangkok. I've moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. I was there for just over 3 years. I met a very, very nice Thai woman who is 18 years younger than me. She worked in a hospital for 20 years in Bangkok. We decided we wanted to move down here. Initially, we were going to rent. She was going to finish at the hospital. I suggested that she gets a mortgage before she finishes her job. That way she can, instead of me paying rent to some stranger, I'm actually paying off an asset for her. My rent was 21,000 in Bangkok. I'm paying 11,000 a month on this property. I've spent about 100,000 baht of my own money. It's about £2,500, 2,800 US dollars. If it all went wrong, it wouldn't change my life. I don't think that's going to happen. So that's the intro to why I'm here in Hua Hin and why we now have this house. So let's go inside and I'll show you around and I'll show you what we've done with the place. I will come back out here and just show you what's happening, what we've done outside, just in case you're interested. But we enter through the kitchen at the back. It's a lot easier than fighting through those net curtains over there. That's the main door. Okay, so we start with the kitchen. I didn't have this table and chairs here the last time. It fits very, very nicely. Just go through what we've purchased and what was not here. These cupboards were here when we moved in. All the blinds and curtains were in already. Now, I had to buy this and I had it fitted by a professional. It cost me about 10,000 baht. I'm going to do all the costings in baht because that's the easiest way. People can work it out in their own currency from wherever they come from. Okay, so I already own these in Bangkok. Now this is probably a temporary thing because it doesn't look great, but it does the job for now. I'll probably get an oven built into the marble at some point. But I want to address a comment somebody mentioned. In Thailand it's normal to have a gas bottle fitted like that and it goes under. Somebody remarked it's quite dangerous. Now I just want to clear up something on this. So basically it's not like the old days. There's a lot of safety features fitted into these now, and there's a valve there before you can even, I don't know if you can see that there where I'm putting my finger, before you can even, any gas will come out, you have to press that 2 times. So even if there was a leak, it would automatically shut off. There's a shut off valve in there. So what I do is, that is constantly off. When I cook, I'll turn the gas on and I'll unplug the electric wire there because it's not good to have gas and wire together, right? This table here is a little bit tall. I'm planning to cut the legs down by about 15 centimeters. I've bought a saw and sandpaper and everything, but it's quite convenient to hold everything there. I bought a water dispenser there. In the bottom there's the big, I don't know how many litres it is, but it goes in there and that plugs into the electric. It gives us hot water on the left and cold water on the right. My freezer, had that in Bangkok, a little bit of storage. And if you've seen the first video, you'll know this bit of furniture here came with the property, okay? So the kitchen's looking pretty good now. It's very functional and we're very, very happy with it. I got a nice big fridge, LG fridge there, and yeah, it's looking good. Okay, so the other bit of furniture I bought, well, one of them, was this display cabinet here. Well, shelving, it's not a cabinet. One of the reasons I bought this, because I'm trying to, the room is quite long, although the lounge area is quite small. It was looking very empty, so I just bought that. And that was about 10,000 baht as well. Always 10,000 baht. We're going to go and buy some nice things to put in there. So this is the main part of the lounge. As I say, that's the front door there. And again, we're very happy how it turned out. Now, one thing, somebody wrote a comment a while ago and said, oh, if it was me, I would have hung the TV on the wall. And that would have given us more room. But the reason we decided not to hang the TV on the wall and actually have that cabinet that it's sitting on, it's a nice cabinet. I can't remember what I paid for that. I think it was 8,000. But the reason I decided to do that rather than hang it on the wall is because it gives us storage space. We haven't got anywhere to put important documents, a sewing kit, or you know, the normal sort of things you have hanging around your own house. And that's why I didn't hang the TV. But it's very comfortable, it's very nice. The aircon's working brilliantly. And we have the fan on sometimes just to save on the electricity. So going into the smallest bedroom here, there's nothing really changed. We're using it for storage. Put some racking in there as I showed you on the first video. But you can see she's got a lot of stuff, typical Thai woman. Okay, and the Buddha there, as all Thai houses have. Now the biggest change you'll see is my office. This is a second bedroom here, but I've turned this into my office, and it's lovely having the space again. So as you can see, I did show you the desk, but I had nothing else in here. So I've got a nice big desk to work on. It's very, very comfortable. I don't have to keep taking the green screen down. I've hung it permanently there now, and I can sit here and work. It's very, very quiet. There's a few chickens squawking that I hear daily, but I'm getting used to that. The next door neighbours, they're never there. They must work. They come home about 7 o'clock. We get no issues with noise from there. I've got a great view out the back here. I think you can hear a chicken there. So that's my view. It's very pleasant to sit here, much better than in Bangkok where I was cramped. And I'm also able to keep all my bits and pieces here where I was struggling to, you know, to store this in Bangkok. So being a house, I've had to go out and buy a drill to hang some bits and pieces, a toolbox, and just general stuff that guys keep, you know. So as you can see, it's very spacious. I've got a good air conditioner in here, a bit smaller than the one in the lounge. And I did my first live stream from here on Sunday, although the first 10 minutes there was no sound, a bit comical really. I won't show you the second bathroom because nothing's changed in there. Well, I'll just open the door quickly. We don't use it for showers. I use it to go to the loo, that's about it. And the bedroom, there's some changes in here. Now, don't laugh at the bedspread. I didn't choose that. My girlfriend did. Okay, so yeah, we've been sleeping in this bed for about a week now, and it's very comfortable, nice air conditioning in here. We've got the double wardrobe and the vanity, whatever, I don't know what's called, a vanity, a place where she sits down and does her makeup and puts on all the creams and stuff. There isn't really much more to show you in here. I'll just do another pan of the whole big area here. And as I said outside, if you've got any questions, you can ask me. I'm going to go outside now and just show you the changes we've made, little changes. She loves it out there. She's into the plants and all that sort of thing. So let me go back out there and just have a wander around and show you what we've done. Just before I head out into the garden, I just want to add this onto the end. I forgot to mention two other things. So I added this this bolt. So when we go to bed at night, there is a lock on the door, and not being paranoid, but I like to slide that bolt across. You never know who's got a key. It's a brand new build. We did get 3 keys with the door, but better to be safe, right? I cocked it up the first time. You can see the 2 holes there. I put it too close to the door frame and it wouldn't close. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show you. And although I showed you the 2 bathrooms, shower rooms, not bathrooms, shower rooms, on the first video when it was empty, something I did add here, I actually went out and bought this plastic moulded kind of rack there. We'll go outside now. Starting at the back door, I've had to go and buy a set of ladders there because I occasionally have to chop leaves off these banana trees. They grow fast and they overhang. So yeah, I bought a ladder, shoes outside, washing machine there. I bought a lawnmower to cut the grass, obviously, and that's our water that we get delivered. I think I managed to save most of the grass. If you remember the last time, it would look like it was all dying. I've been watering it. That's a test cut I did there yesterday. I'm actually gonna cut it today with a new lawnmower. But you can see there are some dead patches there. I think I'm gonna have to re-turf that. I bought a kilo of grass seed, but I don't think it's gonna work. But it's a cheaper option. I'll see first. And bought myself that's 20 meters. I could wash the car myself, but it's 200 baht in town, so I just don't see the point. She's put some nice hanging plants there, and Not in England, this would all get stolen. People would come over at night, but it doesn't happen here. Got my Honda ADV 160 here, and I had to replace the TV. I accidentally knocked it over like an idiot, but I had it for 3 years in Bangkok anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much here. I think I've saved the grass here. It's looking nice and green, few patches in it. And as you can hear, it's very peaceful here. It's very quiet. It's not a noisy street. The only downside living here is we are 7 miles from the centre of town, the tourist areas, which is good and bad. But there isn't nothing much around here except a few Thai local restaurants, not the restaurants that you get, I mean real Thai restaurants, you know, where the Grab drivers go to eat, stuff like that. So we do have to travel into town if we want to do anything, which is about 20 minutes in the car or on the bike. Come back out here again because it's quite hot. I turned the air conditioning off so there's no noise, but it is the strong sun today, hence the cap again. I hope you found the video useful, guys. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. As always, I do answer all my comments. If there's something you didn't quite understand and you wanted a bit more detail on something, do ask or drop me an email. I'll be happy to get back to you. I might make another video here in 6 months or a year, something like that, just to let you know how it's going. But from now on, I need to concentrate on getting around Hua Hin and making some new videos and also some background videos for the stories, let you see what it's like down here. We'll probably visit 1 or 2 real nice beaches just outside of Hua Hin. Thanks for watching again, and I'll catch up real soon with another video.